Welcome to the Global Pulse, a short video series where our experts break down a trending topic in international business and why it matters to you.
US-China tensions have been growing during the pandemic, and this culminated recently in a couple of executive orders by President Trump. The orders banned TikTok and WeChat from operating within the United States if they're not sold by their Chinese parent companies within 45 days. TikTok, for those who may not know, is an immensely popular app for making and sharing short videos and is owned by the Chinese tech giant ByteDance. WeChat, owned by another tech giant, Tencent, is a social media and messaging app. The executive order points to the extent to which TikTok captures user data, browsing and search history, behavior on the network, location information, and a whole lot more. And it raises the possibility that such data could be shared with the Chinese government. They also cite TikTok's censoring of content to align with the Chinese government's interest. On August 24th, TikTok filed a complaint in federal court challenging this action. They say in their filing that they have taken extraordinary measures to protect the privacy and security of TikTok's US user data, including by storing data outside of China, happens to be stored in the US and Singapore, and by erecting software barriers that help ensure that TikTok stores its US data separately from user data of other ByteDance products. And they go on to claim that the motivation is purely more political, and so we may wonder what's going on. The Trump administration actually is not alone in making such claims. India recently banned TikTok and WeChat together with a number of other Chinese apps. The Indian government also pointed to information security risks, but were likely responding to a border scuffle with China which left 20 Indian soldiers dead. Interestingly, President Trump's executive order mentions the Indian decision in support of their own action. My view is that in both cases, the motivation is geopolitical. Chinese tech companies make for easier targets than Chinese manufacturing companies for disputes, both economic and political. Actions against Chinese manufacturing would lead to higher prices for US customers and retaliatory actions against US products, as happened not so long back with soybeans. In contrast, TikTok's US users will probably not feel the same degree of pain. And major US tech firms like Google, Facebook, and Twitter can't be retaliated upon because they're already excluded from China. So Chinese tech firms are more attractive targets. With all of these actions, my concern here is that the internet is fracturing and the US and Chinese versions of it are drifting further apart. I think Chinese tech giants have done some amazing things, and people in the US, and even more so in emerging markets, have benefited from this. And more competition between tech firms in this case is almost always a good thing. Moreover, social media platforms like TikTok, reliant as they are on video more than the spoken word, have brought people together from around the world. And that's got to be a good thing. Now, information security is a genuine concern, but I can't believe that there are no ways to address it short of splintering the web. I hope the powers that be can work towards avoiding this outcome.